Chapter 3. Reverence for the Receptacle of the Perfections, which holds immeasurable good qualities. 1. Worldly advantages of perfect wisdom. The Lord saw that the gods were assembled and seated. Laymen and laywomen were assembled and seated, and he spoke thus to the gods. Mara and his hosts will be unable to harm those who take up this perfection of wisdom, who bear it in mind, preach, study, and spread it. Men and ghosts alike will be unable to harm them, nor will they die an untimely death. Those deities who have set out for full enlightenment, but who have not yet got hold of this perfection of wisdom, will approach a person who has done so, listen to him, and will also take up, etc., this perfection of wisdom. A person who is devoted to this perfection of wisdom will certainly experience no fear. He will certainly never be stiff with fright. Whether he be in a forest, at the foot of a tree, or in an empty shed, or an open place, or a road, or a highway, or the woods, or on the ocean. The four great kings said, "It is wonderful, O Lord, that those who take up, etc., this perfection of wisdom should discipline beings in the three vehicles, and yet not perceive any being. We, O Lord, will protect such a person." Sakra, Brahman, and other gods likewise promised to protect the follower of perfect wisdom. Sakra said, "It is wonderful, O Lord, that by taking up, etc., this perfection of wisdom, one should gain so many advantages even here and now. Does one, when taking up the perfection of wisdom, take up all the 6 perfections?" The Lord said, "Yes, and further, by taking up, etc., the perfection of wisdom, one gains advantages even here and now. Listen attentively, and I will teach you which ones they are." "So be it, Lord," replied the gods. The Lord said, "The quarrels, contentions, and contradictions of those who oppose my Dharma will simply vanish away. The intentions of the opponents will remain unfulfilled, because it is a fact that for the followers of perfect wisdom, those disputes will simply vanish away and will not abide. This is one advantage even here and now. There is an herb, Maghi by name, a cure for all poison. Suppose a viper, famished, were to see a creature and pursue it, following the scent in order to eat it. But if that creature went to a patch of that herb and stood there, then the smell of that herb would cause the snake to turn back. Because the healing quality of that herb is so powerful that it overpowers the viper's poison, just so will the quarrels, contentions, and contradictions to which the follower of perfect wisdom is exposed be stilled, be appeased through the piercing flame of perfect wisdom, through its power, its strength, through impregnation with its power. They will vanish and not grow or abide. And why? Because it is perfect wisdom which appeases all evil, from ordinary greed to seizing on nirvana, and does not increase it. And the gods and all the Buddhas and all the Bodhisattvas will protect this follower of perfect wisdom. This will be an advantage even here and now. And further, the speech of the follower of perfect wisdom will become acceptable, soft, measured, and adequate. Wrath and conceit will not overpower him. Because perfect wisdom tames and transforms him, wrath and conceit he does not increase. Neither enmity nor ill will take hold of him, not even a tendency toward them. He will be mindful and friendly. He reflects, "If I foster ill will in myself and my faculties will go to pieces, my features will be consumed. And it is, in any case, quite illogical that I, who have set out for full enlightenment, and who want to train myself for it, should come under the sway of wrath." In this way he will quickly regain his mindfulness. This will be another advantage even here and now. Sakra said, "It is wonderful how this perfection of wisdom has been set up for the control and training of the Bodhisattvas." The Lord said, And further, Kausika, if a follower of perfect wisdom were to go into battle, to the very front of it, he could not possibly lose his life in it. It is impossible that he should lose his life from the attack of somebody else. If somebody strikes at him with sword or stick or clod of earth or anything else, his body cannot be hit. Because a great lore is this, the perfection of wisdom. A lore without measure, a quite measureless lore, an unsurpassed lore, a lore which equals the unequaled is this, the perfection of wisdom. Because when one trains oneself in this lore, then one is intent neither on disturbing one's own peace nor that of others. The Bodhisattva, the great being who is trained in this lore, will reach full enlightenment, will gain the gnosis of the all-knowing. Once fully enlightened, he will read the thoughts of all beings. Because to the Bodhisattvas, the great beings who are trained in this lore, nothing remains unattained, unknown, unrealized. That is why one speaks of the gnosis of the all-knowing. This is another advantage even here and now. Further, where this perfection of wisdom has been written down in a book and has been put up and worshipped, where it has been taken up, etc., there men and ghosts can do no harm except as a punishment for past deeds. This is another advantage even here and now. Just so, Kausika, those men and ghosts who have gone to the terrace of enlightenment, or to its neighborhood, or its interior, or to the foot of the tree of enlightenment, cannot be hurt by men or ghosts, or be injured by them, even with the help of evil animals, except as a punishment for former deeds. Because in the past, future, and present Tathagatas win their enlightenment, they who promote in all beings and who reveal to them fearlessness, lack of hostility, lack of fright, just so, Kausika, the place in which one takes up, etc., this perfection of wisdom, in it beings cannot be hurt by men or ghosts. Because this perfection of wisdom makes the spot of earth where it is into a true shrine for beings, worthy of being worshipped and adored, into a shelter for beings who come to it, a refuge, a place of rest and final relief, this is another advantage even here and now.